Hey, today I am going to show you how to do a really cool texture that a lot of people like. Some people don't, but that's the way it goes with texture. It's called a stomp texture, like this one right here. This is our finished result, and it's a pretty cool texture, and it's something that's really easy for you to do at home. You don't have to have any fancy equipment. It's easy, it'll cover a lot. You're gonna love it, and we're gonna show you how to do it right after this. Hey, welcome back, and thanks for stopping by my channel here at the Kilted Guy. And we appreciate all our Kilted Clan followers, where we're going to show you how to do it right on these videos. And be sure to subscribe. There's a link down in the description down below, and there'll be one at the end of the video. And click that little bell icon if you want to get notified of the upcoming videos. Now, what we're going to show you is how to do this simple texture called a stomp texture. You might hear it by other names, but we're just going to go with that today. It's really one that I would probably recommend you try if you don't want to invest in the equipment to do a knockdown or an orange peel, and you don't want to do the skip trowel. I do have a video on skip trowel, look for that. But if you want a simple one, this is what it takes right here. I mean, that's pretty much it. Although you might need a paint roller and a paint tray, depending on how you want to put it on, or a mud pan. This is what we're going to do today. Now, there's quite a few variations on this, so what I would suggest to you is practice. And what you want to vary is how you put it on and the thickness of your mud, and that's pretty much it. So I'd start with kind of a little bit heavier texture, and then start thinning it down and stomp it and see how it looks, and see if you get the results you want. Now, you can do it 2 or 3 different ways. You could take this, get you a little tray, like a little tote, fill it with your texture, reach in there, grab it, stomp it onto the wall, and get a texture that way. That is one way. Or what we're going to do is put the mud on the wall, and then we're going to stomp that and create a texture that way. Now, you can put the mud on the wall with just a plain pan and knife, which we're going to do today, or you can get a paint roller, and I'd probably get like a 3/4 inch roller. You want to pick up a lot of mud because you're going to be putting it on there fairly thick and relatively compared to paint. So let's say you're going to do this. What we've got here is, let me see if I can show you a thickness. This isn't real thin, but it's thinner than I would use to run the mud on the wall if I were coating joints. You don't want to get it too thin, or you're going to have a hard time spreading it with a pan and a knife. Now, of course, you always can use a hawking trowel if that's what you're into. I have used these. For those that think that maybe I don't know how, I do. I've actually done whole jobs with them. I just didn't care for it. I was walking on a pair of stilts when I was 8 years old with my dad doing drywall. And then every day after school, when I had a driver's license, I was on a job somewhere. So I grew up with this in my hand. Now, here's a quick pointer about mud pans. If you have a mud pan and you have these stainless type like this, I'm going to tell you that they're fairly slick to hold on to because of this shape. They just want to squeeze right out of your hand. So what I did about 15 years ago is I put this anti-slip tread tape on here, and 15 years later on 2 pans, and it hasn't come off yet. It's worked great, and now I got good grip. If I tried to do that on the slick side, I probably couldn't even hold on to it. I used to wear these cotton gloves, and I'd wet them a little bit, and that gave me the grip I needed. Then I discovered this trick, much better. Now let's move on to how to do this texture. What you want to do is you want to put a solid coat on. We're not going to coat 100% of this so I don't run off the edges, but basically you just want to fairly even but solid coat of mud on. And as far as the thickness, it's probably close to 1/8 of an inch. Now it doesn't have to be real smooth. You know, if you got some little things like that, it really just, it's not gonna hurt anything. So let me see if I can kind of demonstrate the thickness here. Let's cut it this way. You can kind of see it's not real thick, but solid enough. It's hiding that background well. And then what you want is this stomp brush. Now you can pick these up at most any big box store, hardware store, and so on. And there might be a few other names like crow's foot brush and possibly some others. There are also doubles where this one connects to another one right beside it. If you're doing a larger area, you hold it in the middle. Now, first thing you want to do is wet this. These bristles are damp because if they're dry, they just don't work right. You want it to be in this shape. If you've stored it and it's like all funky, looks like your hair when you woke up after Halloween, you don't want that either. So wet it down, get it good and soft, maybe some hot water on it, shape it a little bit. Nothing fancy, just get it in this rough shape here. Okay, I decided to put a little bit more mud on here. I think it'll make it easier for me to demonstrate this as far as the width of it. Yeah, let's go with that. And then I'm going to put a little bit extra heavy right down here, and I will explain that reasoning here in a second. First thing you want to do with this brush is you got to kind of load it up. Now we started a little bit. You might dip it in some texture if you got a bucket sitting there, or just work it around in this heavier stuff that I put here. And that's really all we're going to do on this whole thing. So now I'm going to leave that right now. We're going to go up to the thinner section, and you just start stomping, but rotate it often. You don't want this geometric pattern, partly because it often leaves a little void in there, and that's part of the texture. So just simply stomp it around. And that's really all there is to it. Okay, but now let's thin it down a little bit and see what the difference is if we put a thinner coat of mud on here. So we took off about that much. It's going to make a little bit of difference in the look here. Okay, now let's try it in this thinner texture. We're still kind of loaded up on the brush, so on a bigger area it would start evening out, but now the main difference here is you got a little bit thinner look to this texture. If you can see that, we're going to take a picture of it for you, but that is a lower texture. It's not quite as aggressive and just has a slightly different look to it. So you can try several different varieties of the thinness of the texture. Now I'm going to show you a bonus texture. This one is similar to a stomp, but it's going to have a totally different look to it, really. So let's just go ahead and get our stomp texture in here. Now, what you want to do is, again, you want to experiment. I would normally let this set up for a while, because what we're going to do is actually knock this down, so it's like a knockdown stomp texture. I use these plastic knockdown knives. They work great. They're much gentler on the surface than a metal knife. You can knock it down with a metal knife, but you can get onto the surface sooner with these without smearing it. Because if you get on here too soon and you put too much pressure, if you see right there, I'm just smearing the whole thing. If I try and knock it down with a steel knife, at this point I'm just gonna spread it all back out. So you have to kind of wait on this texture a little bit, let it set up a little bit, let it thicken a little bit, not too long, and then just come back to an area and real gently. One way you might want to do it is start with a wet blade when you're first hitting it, because it's even more gentle that way than a dry blade. So we got a clean wet blade. Pick you a spot that's the least visible in your texture and just lightly go over it and see what it looks like. If you like the results, keep going. See, that's actually not a bad look right there. It's similar to a knockdown texture, but you didn't have to spray it. You didn't have to have a compressor. And you didn't have to have one of these $80 tools. So it's actually kind of like the poor man's knockdown right there. And I think that's actually a really pretty look. I don't get to do that much because we don't see it much around here, but it is a really nice look. Now we're gonna let this one set up just a few more minutes, then I'm gonna hit it and see what it looks like. Okay, I think we gave this long enough to sit here. So my blade's wet, again, kind of helps you with starting out. We're gonna go ahead and just lightly, very lightly, you don't wanna stand this up much at all. We don't wanna put anything more than just the lightest pressure on it. And you might wanna go 2 ways. It really depends on you. That looks pretty cool, but if you go across, you start getting a flatter knockdown look to it. The more you go over it, the more it changes. So see, there we get basically a unique knockdown kind of look. So I'm gonna paint this, I'm gonna let this dry. I'm gonna paint these, take some samples for you and let you see what they look like. Then I'm gonna post some pictures of this finished product at the end of this video, so be watching here through the end and you'll see those. Now, tell me in the comments below what you think of this texture. It looks a little bit weird like this, but wait till the end and see, and then tell me what you think, because it's definitely not for everybody. Did you like the stomp texture without the knockdown, or the stomp texture with the knockdown, or neither? And what is your favorite texture? Let me know in the comments below. But thanks again for stopping by. Check out the link for subscriptions below at the end of the video and so on, and we will catch you on the next video. Here's those pictures. Hey everybody, it's Guy and this is my wife.
Hi, I'm Carla.
And before you go, check out the link we got here on this page. We're going to put some links to things like our website where you can get all kinds of bonus information, our free guide you can download, and more. And thanks for stopping by.
Bye.
See ya.